and good evening to wherever you are in the world. I'm so excited to be here today with Marina Nanny. Thank you again, Marina, for allowing me to be here on your program. You're such a selfless, wonderful woman with such a great heart, and I'm just humbled to know you. I also wanted to say thank you to Philip Chan for introducing us. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Also, JT Fox and his entire organization, Dana Van Hoos and Damian Elston. Also, my current coach, Ron Ben Joseph. I'm just very appreciative to have all of you in my life and to be able to feel motivated to get here and to inspire others. Back to you, Marina.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Just let me tell you this. Now is your time. Is your time to understand your true worth. And Angie, she's just amazing. She is going to take you through the path she's taking. She's sharing her own story and she's coming with her own solutions. And you can turn your life around just listening to her, just connecting with her and creating the team you want. You heard her saying that there are people in her life who she crossed paths with and they're total strangers. But guess what? She was a total stranger to herself until she realized her true worth. Over to you, Angie.
Thank you, Marina. Again, this is Angie Glynn. I'm a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and author of the forthcoming book, Faith in Crisis. I'm so excited to be here with you today. It's a little after 7 in Chicago, so it's kind of early over here. I'm really excited to be here with Marina, and we've been doing a series on self-worth. Last week, we discussed healing with love. If you didn't get to hear that, please go over to RADIO.WO.R.K.S. We'd love for you to join us in on that conversation. Today, we're going along with the self-worth series, and we're talking about rejection. Rejection is a huge thing, I think, that we all come in contact with on a daily basis. Whether you get rejected from a job, maybe you didn't get that job that you wanted, you didn't get on the team that you wanted to get on. Maybe you're in a relationship and your partner turned away from you, broke things off, whatever it was. Family, friends reject us on a daily basis. There's just so many different ways that we can be rejected. Even if someone doesn't like your ideas, you feel rejected. And this is something that can really hinder you if you allow it to. Today, we want to give you some ideas to help you to keep going and not allow rejection to hinder you from your destiny. We're going to show you how to shake off rejection, or basically reject rejection, because rejection is really, it's just part of life, and it's something that happens to all of us on a daily basis. It can really hurt us at times, and that's okay if you allow it to hurt you at first, and you grieve that for a few moments, a couple days, whatever it is. But then it's time to start moving forward and realize that a lot of times when we're rejected, it's actually turned out to be a good thing. We're being redirected to something better. That's something that's so important to remember, because a lot of times when we're rejected, all we do is we focus on ourselves. I'm not good enough. I'm unworthy. I'm unlovable. And that's just not the case. You have to remember that you are worthy, you're valuable, you're important. And once you know that about yourself, when you do get rejected, it might sting a little bit, but because you know your worth and value, you're going to be able to shake that off and say, okay, I was rejected, for this, but I'm going to be expecting something really good and positive to happen because of this. I'm going to turn this around, and I'm just going to really focus on what good things can happen because of this. Back to you, Marina.
Wow, Angie. I don't think there is one single human being out there who did not face rejection. And rejection is nothing more than a necessary stepping stone in becoming the person you are designed to become. You see, it's like being in a room and you look at the window, you look through the window, and you see what's happening out there. But you can't go out there because there is no door. So what do? You just create the door, build the door, open the door. And then there will be, as you know, a lot more doors for you to open. So yes, there will be 2 doors not opening. The third door is not going to open. The fourth door is going to be slammed back into your face. So what? You have to try every single door in front of you. 100 doors if needed, and become the window for other people. So when you look through the window and you see other people, how much they bring into the world and how much greatness is within them, remember, you have the same device essence. You are nothing less than them. You just don't understand your worth. You don't understand how much you are needed out there. And how easy it is to turn yourself into a window for other people. Once you mirror yourself, look at yourself, take a very good look. Look inside, not outside, and see what you have to give. Over to you, Angie.
Thank you, Marina. That's so true. When you're talking about looking at all these doors, when we see, a door slam in front of us, we have to think, okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to have a never give up attitude. And I'm going to keep going until a door finally does open. And if one doesn't open, like you said, I'm going to build a new door. And I think it's just so important to change your mindset. If you have a mindset where you feel like I can do anything that I set my mind to, I can achieve whatever it is that I want to achieve. I might have to work extra hard. I might get rejected many different times, but if I continue to have a never give up attitude, guess what? At some point, I'm going to be really successful. So I think it's just really important that we start changing our thoughts. Thoughts turn into actions. And if you are constantly negative and think, this happened to me because I'm not good enough, this happened to me because I'm unworthy, this happened to me because I'm not lovable, you're going to attract those type of situations in your life, negative situations or negative people, because negative people are going to be drawn to your negative view of yourself. Whereas if you're positive, you're uplifting, you're just automatically going to attract the right people in your direction. And I just feel like one thing that really helped me through many different times that I was rejected and feeling like, oh my goodness, I'm just not good enough. This isn't working for me. I started doing positive affirmation and using scripture to help me. I write things down on note cards or Post-its now. And sometimes I even take those along with me in my purse. I'll put a Post-it up on my mirror in the morning to get me going. So it sounds silly at first, but I'm going to give you some homework. I want you to start thinking of some positive affirmations or scriptures, whatever works for you. And I want you to write down at least 5 things for today that's going to help you reject rejection, shake it off, and start feeling empowered by the person that you were created to be. I want you to focus on positive things about yourself, not the things that are wrong with you. There's so many times that we sit there and we focus on this is wrong about me, and I'm not the best mother in the world, or I'm not the best dad in the world, or I did this or I said that. No, focus on what it is that is good about you. Maybe you're really good at cooking. Focus on how you're a great cook. Focus on the fact that you are a helper and that you want to inspire other people. Focus on the fact that maybe you're good at running or working out or whatever it might be. There's something about you that you're good at, and that's what you need to focus on. And for example, let's say you were going for a teaching job. I'll just use that because I was a teacher for 15 years. I remember the very first interview I went to, I didn't get the job. I was so nervous because all I did was focus on what was wrong with me. What wasn't good about myself? Why wouldn't I get this job? And the next interview that I went into, I changed my thoughts totally. And I sat there and I wrote down everything that was really good about me as a teacher, and the fact that I knew that I could connect with any student that I came in contact with. And guess what? I went into that interview. I was really excited. I was empowered. I was uplifted. I got the job immediately. They offered me the job right there when I was sitting there. So it's all about your mind frame and how you view yourself. Back to you, Marina.
Wow, Angie, I'm thinking when I was a child, I would just look at my parents, and they will understand what I want, because they were great parents and I had a great childhood. And in a way, I did not ask for anything because my request will be guessed. There weren't, huge requests. It was another book or something most of the time, and the access to books was very limited back in my childhood. But then, as I was growing and going into competitions and winning and creating that winning mindset, helped me understand that I was asking something of myself. I was asking myself to get better, to perform, to find the best version of myself in that particular field. So let's say I will go for a competition for economics. So other people will achieve that very easily. They will be almost like naturally smart. But I never been naturally smart. I had to discover my passion for something. And it was for economics or for winnings or for painting, or it was the desire to be more. And one of my greatest mentors in my life is James Michael Lafferty, and you can find him and his work. He's a great humanitarian. www.jamesmichaellafferty.com. And I learned from him that it's not a destination really, is the desire to win.
Yes.
And is your desire to be more, to give more. And winning is not everything. It's your desire to win that makes you the person who you're supposed to be, that helps you grow into the person who can deliver whatever it is that you want to deliver. So no wish is too big, no dream is too large. It's all a matter of asking yourself to get the energy, to get the solutions you need, the stepping stones you need to overtake during your journey. And I'm looking at people thinking, oh God, I wish I could, or I would if I could, and I'm thinking, no, remember, you are just a child. As long as you don't let your child go from your life, and as a child you are used to ask for something from somebody, and as long as you keep that desire, that habit of asking of yourself something, and you don't lose your ability to be a child within, I think there is no dream to be too big. It's crazy not to ask yourself, because in truth you already have it all.
Yes.
And every single rejection coming to you is not happening to you, it's happening for you.
Yes.
So you understand how much you already have. You understand that actually there is nothing to stop yourself but yourself, your self-image. It's your image about yourself. And there will be people out there, they're like sandpaper. I like to call them sandpaper. They will, have that effect on you. But you know what? Be grateful. Be grateful to them, because they will make you smooth and just brilliant. And you'll be shining because you've been through all these rejections, and eventually you become the person you are. The other aspect of rejection to me is imagine you are in Hollywood and you go for an audition, and you want to have a role on a drama, let's say, but you have great talent for comedy. So you see, you are going for the wrong audience, because the producer needs somebody who is going to play in a drama. They have to make people cry. And you have a genuine talent for making people laugh. So you see, if you are rejected at this audition, it's not because of your education. It's not because you are not too tall, or you are not black-skinned or white-skinned, or you don't have long hair, or you are not too young, or it's all because you are going for the wrong audition. You have to understand who is your ideal client. No matter what business you are in, you have to first, very, very first, establish your ideal client. Who is your client? Who will pay money for your service? Who will value your service? Because you see, people pay for what they value, and they value what they pay for. So choosing your true audience, your ideal clients, is the very first step before you perform an audition, before you go for a job, or before you go to promote your business. So I don't know about you, Angie, but I think rejection helps a lot, because the most difficult thing is to find out who is your ideal client.
Yes.
It's very, very hard. So of course you have to go through a couple of narrow channels, and difficult moments, and maybe embarrassing moments in your life, to say the least, before you find out who will resonate with you, who needs you. Because
Yes.
this is not about you, this is not about me, this is about the people who need you. Over
Perfect.
to you, Angie.
Wow, that is just amazing. Everything that you just said, it just wowed me. I love how you said rejection isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. That's so true. And I feel like rejection can be one of our biggest motivators in life. It's just, for me, every time I get rejected, I might feel upset at first, or, angry at first, or whatever. But when I really start to think about why is this happening to me, I realize, okay, the light bulb goes on, and I'm like, something better is coming, and I'm going to go out and find it. I'm not going to sit back and wait for it to fall in my lap. I'm going to get really motivated by this last rejection, and I'm going to just move forward. Just really powerful. I love it. And I love how you were talking about, it's about who needs you. That's perfect. It's exactly, and that can be in business, that can be in a relationship, anything that we're dealing with in life. If you think of it that way, rejection is really powerful. It empowers you, and it creates, the person that you're supposed to become. It builds your character, and it strengthens you. And that's what life is about, is, we go through all these different trials, and I feel like rejection is something that can torment people, to the point where they get depressed. and feel like they can't keep going. But we should be turning it around and thinking of it as, what is something positive? What's the opportunity that I can create out of this rejection? Awesome. Thank you, Marina. Back to you.
Wow, Angie, you always, you never stop amazing me. So this is it. So rejection, if we are to talk about rejection as a stepping stone toward success and fulfillment, is the candle that gets lit and is so dark. Of course, when you lit that candle, you have to break the darkness. So of course, it's a conflict of interest. The darkness wants to be dark, and the candle wants to lit, to bring light. So just think of, even if you are just a candle, you are not a world-class brand yet, or people don't know who you are. Just to, just to bring that light into the darkness is such a powerful image. If you think yourself that you could be the light in somebody's dark sky, that's beyond power. That's, you can't help it. It's, you have to lit up yourself. I remember when I was in South Africa a couple of years ago, and I spoke in front of I don't know, almost 1,000 people, and I didn't expect to speak. I didn't expect to. And people were coming and they were trying to buy the book from me, and I couldn't sell it anymore because I thought, these people have no books, I have to give it to them. So it was a long queue of people handing me their last money they had in their pocket just to buy the book. So I couldn't take the money from them. But then somebody sent me an email, and I felt like crying, actually. And she said, "Marina, you are a powerful light on a very dark sky. Come back to South Africa." But what this amazing lady did not understand is that I feel that I got so much love in South Africa because they already have the light inside. So I want to be in places where they need me. In South Africa, everybody is a philosopher, is somebody of great values, and because they are coming from a place of pain, so they don't need me really. What I have to do for them is to broadcast their passion and show the world what they're made of. But for me to go there and share with them and teach them is no point, because they know a lot more than I do. You see, so you have to choose your audience with care. Don't go where it's easy, because what's the point? You have to go where it's dark, there is no light, and you light a candle, and then you light a candle from another candle. This is how I see rejection. And I'm very grateful for every single hard moment in my life, and I have plenty. I have a long list, but I'm very, very grateful. Not because they did not accept me, but because I had the chance to grow into the person I could be. Over to you, Angie.
Wow. Again, I'm speechless. You just you wow me, Marina, and just, it's amazing the way that you look at life and you view the challenges that you've been through and how you've used those to really challenge you. And you were talking about growth, and you've just grown so much. I can't even imagine who you were, several years ago to where you are now. But you're absolutely amazing. And I feel like if we all do this, if we all are that light in a dark place, then, and we look for opportunities that are going to allow us to shine our light on someone else, then we're going to really start to understand our worth and our value. And things like rejection, we're going to see it as, this is something positive. This is moving me into my destiny. And I really feel like that's what we need to focus on. Again, I'm so excited that we were here today and able to speak about rejection. Next week, or actually I think this week, we're going to be talking about testimony and turning, your trials into a message for others. So I just hope that people enjoyed our show today and that you'll join us again this week. And thank you, everyone, for listening. Back to you, Marina.
Wow, very, very grateful, Angie, for challenging me to light my candle. So you heard Angie. Don't be afraid of rejection. Take the risk. Embrace it. Turn this challenge into the opportunity you could become for other people. Until next time, from both of us, is goodbye.
Goodbye.